Holy smokes, guys. Talk about volatility when it comes to Soundhound AI stock. Man, we were at 25 bucks a share not too long ago. When was that? Like 2, 3 weeks ago. And now we're at $13.60. Yeah, and we have to break down the charts, do an update as it has been a couple of days since our last update. And I want to go over the numbers, what analysts are thinking right now. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, guys. Very important. We're almost at 50,000 subs, and get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. The new deal right now is insane. Open up your account, deposit at least $100 using that link down below. Excuse me, guys. You get 5 stocks, and deposit at least $2,000, you get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY. It's insane, guys. So if you want to help out the channel and you want some free stocks, use that link down below or simply go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. And now, cheers. Let's get into it. So, guys, like I said, Soundhound AI stock has been all over the place. On Friday, we went down over 2.3% on the day, closing down 33 cents, and that's after being at $15.30 per share in the morning on Friday. So we dropped about $2 from the intraday high to where we closed. So that was a drop of around 10% from top to bottom. Clearly, a lot of volatility in the stock, right, guys? And throughout last week, the stock went up a little bit, but pretty much it was flat. You guys can see we opened up the week at about 13.50 on Monday. We hit about 12.40 on Tuesday. Then we slowly started climbing up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but still pretty flat throughout the week. You guys see it here on the 5-day, 5-minute, and on the 30-minute chart. Let me pull this up. You can see it's been consolidating not just this past week, but actually a little bit from the end of last week as well. You guys see it right here. So potentially Soundhound is putting in a bottom right now, potentially, but the more you pull the layers back a bit, you're like, wait a second. On the 1-hour chart here, we're still struggling under the 180 SMA, and now we're back under the 50 SMA, which we were above yesterday, right? And we got clearly rejected this morning when we hit 15:30, whatever that was, or Friday morning, excuse me, not this morning. Friday morning we got rejected, right? And then we dumped throughout the rest of the day in the midst of a green day, may I add. All the indexes on Friday went up. Soundhound had a red day, 2.3% in the red. And as you pull up, let's say the 4-hour chart, you're like, wait a second. This could be a head and shoulders. And to me, guys, it kind of looks like it is, doesn't it? I mean, look, we have the left shoulder right here, right? You guys see that? The head's right here. Boom. You guys see that? And then the right shoulder is right here. Pretty clear as day. And all this could be the consolidation the last couple of days. All this could be is consolidation before we dump down. If we end up taking out, let's say $13 again, $12.50, if we break under those levels, this could then fill the gap down to about $9.40 to $10, which is where we were not too long ago, end of November, right? That could be where the right shoulder in this inverse or the regular head and shoulder, that's where it could complete, right? If we get down to, let's say, 9.30, 9.40, and then if that were to break, it could go even lower. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here, guys. We have to pay attention to $12.75, $13. That's the spot in the short term we need to watch, and it might break. We have a death cross in the making. You guys see that as of this week. We have a death cross on the 4-hour chart. I'm not loving that. And we had a red day in the midst of a green day on Friday, right? So at this point, guys, I'm going to set 2 alerts. I'm going to put one at $13, mark is at or below, and I'm going to put one at, let's say, $14, mark is at or above as well. And at this point, guys, I am not comfortable at all going long this stock, especially as a trade, until these technicals figure themselves out. I mean, I'm not comfortable going long here with a death cross, the head and shoulders, right? Us being under the moving averages, not showing any momentum really at all this past week, right? I'm not comfortable yet. But if it does gap up, let's say above $15, $16, preferably above 16, that's the high from early December. That's also above the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. Okay, if we break out of there, that's a different story. I'll consider it then. But for now, it's too vulnerable on the charts here to going under $13, under $12.50, which could cause a bigger drop in the short term. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not hating on the stock. I'm not, being a Debbie Downer here. I'm just keeping it real. That's what I'm doing. Those are my thoughts here after last week. We didn't do many updates on the stock last week, so I figured I'd do one here today, right? That's my thoughts. So let me know yours in the comments. Let me actually pull up the numbers. I think they're set to report earnings pretty soon here. I'm not seeing the date on Thinkorswim here, but it's got to be within the next month. So let me pull up the numbers here, guys. And while I do that, make sure to sign up to my free email list. It's down below in the description box, pinned in the comment section. I'm sending out my top 3 stocks every single Monday for free. Sign up, put your first name, email, boom, you are locked in there. So Soundhound AI stock right now is trading at a $5 billion market cap, so that's come down a lot. I think we were at a 10 billion, something like that, not too long ago. And the beta right now, oh my gosh, guys, highest I've seen in a while on a stock. Honestly, it's at 3.04. Oh my God, the beta is ridiculous. So essentially, think about, let's say the overall market has a beta of 1, right? That's like the standard level of the market. And anything above 1 means you're more volatile than the overall market. So, a lot of stocks that we talk about are more volatile than the overall market. Most are, really. A lot of the tech stocks that we talk about, right? Think about 3, though. Beta of 3 is insane on Soundhound. That's unbelievable. And stocks that have a beta of under 1, if you guys don't know, you want to think, you're probably like, okay, so we know volatile stocks have a beta of over 1. What stocks don't have a beta of less than 1? Think of really boring companies like, excuse me, tobacco. Think of like BTI, British tobacco, whatever the heck that company's called, Altria, Philip Morris, companies like that have a beta of under 1. And there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more than just that. But that goes to show how volatile, Soundhound AI is, which we all know at this point, right? But looking at the beta is it's pretty insane. So analysts right now have this stock, for the most part, as either a hold or a buy. And that's based on 7 analysts here on Yahoo Finance, based on what we're seeing here from January. So we have 4 saying it's a buy, 1 saying it's a strong buy, and then 2 saying it's a hold. Interesting, with the high price target on Wall Street right now being $26, guys, on the stock. And currently we're at $13.60. The low target, $6. The average target is $12.36. Interesting. And for earnings coming up, which I have to confirm the date, it's got to be pretty soon here, but earnings coming up, EPS is expected at -8 versus -6 from last year. So that is, going to be, the EPS will be decreasing. They'll be losing more money this year than last year, at least for this quarter. Let me check for the year. For the current year as well, it looks like they're projected -24 versus -11 loss of 11 cents from last year for the current year, or for the full year. So, EPS, this company, obviously, they're not focusing on profitability per se. At least I'm assuming they're not. I haven't done a crazy deep dive on, the annual report, the 10K, 10Q, anything like that. I mean, I haven't done too much homework on this company, other than, obviously the charts and, the news that we read here on the channel. But, and the real reason is because I'm not considering it as a long-term investment right now, because I think the valuation is a little bit too high, which we've covered. I've covered that before here on the channel. So when I'm thinking about investing long-term money in a company and the stock is just way overvalued, I'm like, should I even spend time doing crazy research into this company if I'm not even going to buy it because the valuation's too high, right? I probably shouldn't waste my time or waste too much time doing that. Now, if Soundhound was dirt cheap, I would be doing a lot more homework on it because I'd want to buy it now, right? There's a couple stocks that I think are in that category right now that are cheaper, if you will. Adobe's one of them. I've been doing homework on AMD, which we've covered. I own that stock. I've owned it for like 6 to 8 months now. But yeah, Soundhound, I would do a lot more research into it, but it's just, I just can't buy it at this level. If it gets back to like $5 to $8, now we're talking. We'll see. Revenue, it's expected at, let's see, $33 million on average. Last year they did $17 million, and they're growing nicely, 96% year over year. But the price to sales ratio is just unreal on this company. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And yeah, they're just losing more money than they did last year, which, I mean, I'm not a big fan of investing too much in unprofitable companies as well. I think they're more speculative, obviously. Looks like for the current year, revenue growth is projected at 82%. Not bad. For the full year, they're looking at $83 million roughly. Last year, they did $45 million. Not bad, guys. Not bad. But for now, it's just on my watch list. I'm not in it as a trade or an investment. We'll see if this Head and Shoulders plays out. If so, I might get in, who knows, at a lower price. And, of course, I'll do another update here soon. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the like button here on YouTube, guys, and get up to 30 stocks from Moomoo. Open up your account. Deposit at least $100. You get 5 free stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks. Insane deal. Limited time, by the way. Check the link down below. Or go to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo. And oh, by the way, your uninvested cash, I forgot almost, will earn up to 8.1% APY. Insane. So again, use that link down below. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. See you then.